Hi lovies, we are in the south of Spain on our second annual Pilates retreat, and today is finally gorgeous and sunny, about 70. It's been kind of cloudy and rainy and some crazy thunderstorms and in the 50s since we got here, so I thought today would be the perfect day with this killer backdrop of this giant palm tree overlooking these beautiful Spain little towns. They're so adorable and the people are so nice. So we thought we'd get a little bit of movement, so we're gonna do a little side leg work today and some oblique work. So this is great to keeping your waistline smaller and to get those legs moving and get that definition, that length, and the tone up of those muscles. So if you have 10-12 minutes, this is a perfect exercise class to jump into. All you need is your mat. And it's a little windy, so hopefully the wind gusts will stay low while we're filming, but it might get a little windy. Just a heads up. Every time I come out to film, the wind decides to show up with me. So, all right, so you're gonna start laying on your side and you kind of wanna stack your hips on top. So it should feel like you're running a pole from the top of your hip straight through. You should be able to slide your rib cage through your mat. So between your mat and your rib cage, there should be a little bit of space. Cradle your head if you feel like you need the support for your neck. Long extension out if you're okay to rest your head down. It usually feels better on the neck if you have any neck things going on. So we're just gonna start with lifting the legs. So everyone thinks you have to kind of roll back and lift your legs up really high. You only need a couple inches off the floor or off your mat to get into that oblique. So it should feel like a cuff. You have to kind of think of connecting your last rib to your hip bone. So you're kind of shortening in the waist. If you feel like it's not kicking in, it usually means you're rolled back too far on your hip or you're not really engaging the abs. So you kind of have to think of zipping up a pair of jeans that don't fit, pulling the belly button to the spine and kind of closing down the rib cage. And when you come back to the mat, just hover off the mat, maybe a couple of centimeters, so that you're still working and you're not really going into that resting pose. All right, the bottom leg is gonna hover, top leg is gonna lift and lower. So you wanna fight gravity. Since we don't have any weights on her legs, you're gonna use your resistance of your body weight of that leg to fight gravity to pull down. So you're gonna lift it up, squeeze to pull. So again, you don't have to come up really high because you wanna be able to keep the control from your core. So you have to kind of think of it as your leg is doing the movement, but your core is actually doing the work to hold you stable. One more, squeeze to lift, lower it down. All right, going into scissors, one leg goes forward, one goes back. You wanna watch the shifting in your pelvis. It's a long extension. Again, that pulls at the top of your hip. Reach it out, squeeze to pull. Good, one more. Long extension, back in. All right, think of you stirring a cup of coffee or a little pot of soup. You got small little circles right by your ankle. Use your inhale and your exhale. Again, the stabilization comes from your core. Hair is in my face. Little circles. So it's coming from here. The leg is doing the motion. You're probably feeling it really good right back here. And that's the muscle you want working too. But remember, the stabilization and your balance, coordination all comes from your belly. All right, reverse it. Squeeze and pull around. Find that stabilization. Inhale and exhale. Good. Again, finding that control. So watch the swing. So the pelvis never moves. It's just the hip extension that does the work. Last one. All right, you're gonna pull your knees in, fetal position. You're gonna open up like a clam, squeeze to pull down. So again, the oblique is doing most of the work. So again, you wanna think of your transverse. That is your pelvic floor. If you think of laying on your bed and zipping up a pair of jeans that don't fit, it's kind of like that pulling up of that zipping up feeling. It closes down. Those lower abs, they don't like to work very hard. So you kind of have to get them to get involved. Get one more. All right, bottom leg is gonna come out straight. Top leg is gonna come in the front. You can keep your toes forward. Some people say they don't like the way it feels. It kind of feels awkward. If you wanna turn out and open up at that hip, you can turn out. Point or flex your bottom foot, it doesn't matter. Wherever you feel like you get into that inner thigh.